What's up? This is Hambone, and this is my strategy series. And today, this episode is covering a class that I find to be really effective, especially in the supply raid mode. I wouldn't really recommend this in Survivor, but you can use it. It can be viable. But it is an El Diablo class. This is probably, out of the ones I do have unlocked right now, I find to be the best. I haven't actually got around to using the machete quite just yet, but out of the three right here, it is definitely the best in my opinion. The assault rifle doesn't have as much ammo as I think it should have, and it just powers through it way too quickly, and then you pretty much have to just constantly buy ammo for it. And the shotgun, I know a lot of people say it's really good, a lot of people say it's overpowered. I don't think so. I don't think it's that great, but the El Diablo is a really good gun. It's viable at close, long range, and it's just a really powerful gun. But going over the entire class, one of the main things about a class that has a purchasable weapon in it, you do not want a large firearm. At least I wouldn't recommend a large firearm because it takes up loadout points, and if you're going to be using a purchasable weapon, then most of the time your parts that you're going to be spending are either going to be going into your purchasable weapon, or they're going to be going into your small firearm. I feel that's the best way to do it, and for a small firearm for this class, I would recommend the Revolver. Me and a lot of people I've actually talked to online feel that this is the best small firearm that you can use. It's just really good. As you can see, it's almost as strong as the shorty, but it has range far beyond it. I mean, it's just a great gun, and especially once you start upgrading it with the in-game weapon upgrades you can buy for it, this gun is really powerful. In fact, you can almost just make a class around it itself. In fact, that's probably a smart decision to do, but that's for another video. And then as far as the survival skills are concerned, the first one in it is Crafter 2. Now, you can use Crafter 1 if you don't have Crafter 2 yet, but I have Crafter 2. I haven't unlocked Crafter 3 yet, and as you can see, don't have nearly as many parts as need, and I actually haven't been playing this game as much as I'd like to, but I have been playing it enough to get a feel for this class. And Crafter 2 or Crafter 1 depending is really good. Partly because I like Crafter 2 is because after you craft 3 items, you get a gift to give to someone. When you give this gift to someone, not only are you giving your teammate an item that will help them, you gain 100 parts automatically for giving it to them. It's a really great survival skill, really powerful. The next survival skill in the loadout is Hawkeye 2. I like this one because the El Diablo and the Revolver can both be used at long range. So you can mark people, and then you can, if they happen to hide back around the corner, you can see when they're getting ready to come back around the corner. And especially if you have the El Diablo out, you can zoom in and you can predict where their head's going to be if they're going to try and stick their head out again while they're marked quite easily. And you can get a headshot on them, which is an instant down with the El Diablo. Really great. And then, as of right now, until I get more loadout points, my last survival skill, this is personal. This last one I feel can just be personal opinion, but I put Reviver just because I like to help my teammates. I like to revive people. I like to be a bit of a medic. And the cool thing about this class is that this is actually the support class, more or less. And the support class is actually a great class in itself, but that's for another video. Back to the class at hand. The main difference really between these two is that this one has the El Diablo, and instead of first aid, I have Reviver. But this class, it's really great at getting parts, and now I'm going to show some gameplay footage using this class. And this gameplay you're seeing is on Downtown. I've actually used the beginning of this match in a opening route strategy video. So if this looks familiar, if you haven't seen that video, that's why I did use the opening section of this before. But this match, I feel, does show the El Diablo a lot of its advantages and disadvantages of this particular class. And this happens to be one of my first matches with the El Diablo, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is. So it shows me being not as familiar with the class, and it's good to learn from. Alright, we're going to now start with the disadvantages of this class, and the first one that comes to mind is that the El Diablo only starts with 3 bullets in the clip. So if you immediately go out and buy the El Diablo as soon as you get money for it, there's a good chance that you're going to run out of ammo for it pretty quickly because you won't have parts to buy the ammo for it. The ammo for it isn't that expensive, and if you're using a one-use booster like cheaper purchased ammo or anything like that, then you probably won't have too big of a problem, especially if you can get some kills with the El Diablo itself. But back to the point, the gun only holds 3 bullets, so it can hold up to 6, but it only starts with 3. So you might find yourself buying ammo a lot, and you might run through that ammo quite quickly, especially if you're not as efficient with your shots. It's a one-shot headshot down, which is really good, and it is a 2-shot down to the body regardless. But if you find, you only have 3 shots, if you put 2 shots in the body, you're down to 1, then if you don't get a headshot with the next shot, then while you will have hurt them a lot, you won't have them down, and there's maybe a chance you'll be able to switch to your other weapon quick enough to actually get them down or to kill them. So it really is a efficiency weapon too. You need to be efficient with your shots, especially if you don't plan on buying that much ammo for it, if you want to maybe spend it in armor and other things like that. So if you're the type of person that likes to have their armor, make sure that you're being efficient with your shots. Shoot them in the head, because you can run through the ammo really quickly for it. But if you're the type of person that doesn't really worry about ammo, you like to stick back more or less anyway, and which is actually a good way to use this class, because the El Diablo is more of a long range weapon than anything. It is effective at close range, well, mid to long range anyway. But if you're not as efficient with your shots, it might just be best to not even worry about upgrading your sidearm, your smaller sidearm. Anyway, just forget about doing that and just put all your parts into the El Diablo, which is kind of a really effective strategy. I personally don't like to do that, even though I will say I'm not as effective with my shots as I should be. I do like to have my sidearm upgraded, because the Revolver is really powerful by itself. So not upgrading it, I think, is kind of foolish, and especially because I think an upgraded Revolver can hold 7 or is it 8 shots, especially if you have it maxed out. It's really strong. So it's I don't know, that's just how I feel about it. But if you want to use the El Diablo and you're not as efficient with your shots, go ahead and just dump all your parts into ammo for it, because it's going to help you. And right here, oh wow, that was a 1-shot kill with it. Nice. I guess he must have already been hurt. I guess maybe that Molotov I threw at him earlier hurt him. But wow, I didn't expect that to down him. But back to the point at hand, more disadvantages of this class is that at close range, or super close range, like in your face range, it's not as effective as a gun as others. And while it still is useful, if you're able to get a shot on him, maybe you can punch him again real quickly to get the down. But because of the small crosshair for it, once you fire the gun at that close range, it's harder to get on target sometimes. And especially if they're at an odd angle to you, sometimes you can just straight up miss, and then, well, you're dead because you missed your shot, and then they punch you a couple times and you're down. So, if you're rolling at close range a lot and you want to use the El Diablo, maybe it's best for you to use the shorty. That will take up a point of yours in your loadout. But if you like to get up in people's faces with the class a lot, and when you play anyway, then maybe it is best for you to use the shorty for close range encounters. But that is a disadvantage. It's not as effective as close range because of how small the crosshair is, but still a really powerful gun, especially if you can hit the shot on them, and boom, right there, That was a headshot. It was a one shot down. And now I'm going to start the advantages right here, just because that started up. This gun rewards accuracy. And a lot of guns in this game reward you with accuracy, but this one in particular rewards accuracy because headshot, instant down, always. That is rewarding the player for being accurate. That's really good. I like it when games reward you for being accurate. It lets you know that the game developer was like, all right, just because this person has a little bit more skill, maybe, or maybe just was able to hit a shot in a spot that was harder to hit a shot in, let's give them a little bit of advantage. Let's make this gun be an instant down. And I think the only two guns, I'm not entirely sure about the starter sniper rifle, which is the hunting rifle, but I've heard that the purchasable sniper is a instant kill if it's a headshot. So it's not just boom, they're down, boom, it's an instant kill. I think that's the only gun, maybe the hunting rifle, I'm not entirely sure, but that's the only gun that really just outshines this gun in advantages. And right there, bad aim. Yeah, I deserved to die right there. And now another good thing about this class that revolves more around the survival skill picks is that you can earn parts pretty fast in this, especially with spotting. You have an incentive to spot now even more because you can make it last longer with your perk that you have. And then also with crafter, you can craft items really fast. You don't have to worry about getting shot as much when you're crafting, and then you can give it another item and get another 100 parts easy. This class, I like it. When I get more loadout points, I would switch out Revolver for First Aid 2, so I could heal my teammates and get points that way, because you get 20 points every time you heal a teammate, which is really good. That can add up pretty quickly. Especially if you get teammates who let you heal them. They're like, alright, you know what, this guy, he's healing me, this is really good for me, he can get me back to full health, and I won't have to worry about spending a first aid kit when I'm near him, when he can just heal me himself. So this class is really effective at getting parts, and it's going to be more effective when I get more loadout points to switch out Revolver for First Aid 2. So great class to be loaded up, own parts, own ammo, and be ready to buy armor or reload your gun when you need to. So I think that about covers the primary advantages and disadvantages I wanted to go over. But if you like this class or you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And you know what, give me your feedback. Do you like the class? Do you think that there's something that could be done to make it better, or do you think the class is fine as it is for what the amount of loadout points that I had for it was? And if you like this video really a lot, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I will be posting more videos like this in the future. This is my strategy series. I post videos like this. I'm going to try and start posting about 2 a week. Sounds like a good number. And these videos are there to make, players better. If you're already a good player, then these videos probably aren't for you. You probably have your own style of play, but I like to think of these videos as a way to help players who maybe are new to the game, or maybe just aren't as great as multiplayer games, and these are videos that will help you become better or put yourself in a better position to do good. But jump ahead to my next video that I plan on doing is actually going to be revolving around that support class, and when we go over a class, I feel it's probably the best class in the game for earning parts, and that will be the topic of the next video, so be sure to look out for that one. But as always, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
Take point, I gotta patch myself up.
smoke!
He's down! One less straggler to work with!
One down! Wounded! Don't worry, I got you.
There, you're good.
Finished. Move out. That's out. God!